you may not even be thinking this way, but if either of these events, either Kevin's injury or the whatever, however many months it was, where you were away, either of these things combined to impact your thinking at all on whether you're getting vaccinated, or is that a whole separate issue? Like that's an issue over there, and these things have nothing to do with it.
Well, I think what I'm trying to better articulate is that I'm not bringing science into the basketball game. You know what I mean? I'm not bringing what's going, like everyone's feeling what's going on in the real world. I'm walking around as an unvaccinated person, sort of saying I've already been separated into another group of a community. And I'm just saying to everybody, I'm human. I have decisions to make. I have a family to take care of. There are things that are just as important to me as being great at a game of basketball or, you know, leaving a legacy. So I think to answer your question it's just the reality of where the world is in the present state. You know, you see that there are more boosters and there are people getting fired for being unvaccinated. We're all dealing with it. We're all feeling it. My message has always been, I respect what everyone else is doing with their bodies. I respect what everyone else is doing in terms of their livelihoods, and I'm here to support. But what's going on with me is I'm taking it one day at a time. That's it. Nothing's guaranteed in this world right now. So people are getting sick left and right. And for me, I'm just trying to be just a person that's being a beacon of hope and light and just trying to shed as much as I can on the situation without talking myself into more BS and what's going on in this political world that we're in right now. And I just don't want to bring science into this. And it always gets wrapped up. And I'm asked questions all the time about what's my status. And I'm like, man, if you were in my position, it would be easy for someone to say, well, why don't you just get vaccinated? But you're not. And that's just the reality of it. And I've made my decision already and I'm standing on it.
And Kyrie, to follow up on that, do you feel any more pressure to change your stance because Kevin's going to be out potentially for a couple months and the team needs you?
See, that's what I feel like ends up coming into a lot of this culture of basketball and sports and entertainment is you bring in the team and you bring in situations that we're in, and Kev's going to heal. Kev's going to be okay, you know, and we're going to have to deal with that as his teammates. But in terms of where I am with my life outside of this, I stay rooted in my decision, and that's just what it is. You know, it's not going to be swayed just because of one thing in this NBA life that somehow is, you know, somehow it's brought to my attention as being more important than what's going on in the real world. It's just not happening for me, you know. And I respect everyone else's decision. I'm not going to ever try to convince anyone of anything or any of that. I just am standing rooted in what I believe in. And though we're dealing with this right now with Kev, I just know that I'm protected by the organization. I'm protected by my teammates. I'm protected by all the doctors I've talked to. And, you know, I just stand rooted.
Just to be clear, do you think there's
Nick, we got one last one. We got Michael Grady.
Do you think there's anything that would sway your decision?
What do you mean?
To get this shot?
Why you keep asking me that?
Because that's what everybody wants to know.
Who's everybody?
There are millions of basketball fans out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
people who want to know if you're going to take the shot to be able to play at home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Basketball fans.
But there are
like they're
forget basketball fans. There are millions.
Yeah, but this is like that's what I'm saying. You're bringing like my vaccination status into a basketball game, and it's like I live my life majority of the time when I'm away from this. So when I say I'm not getting vaccinated and I'm making a choice with my life, somehow it gets mixed into, well, what about the basketball stuff? It's like, no, bro. Like we live in a real world. This is great to be able to do this. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I love being with my teammates. I love playing on the Nets. But I've already been away enough time to think about this, to process it, to be able to make this decision, stand strong, understand that people are going to agree and some people are going to disagree. The circumstances that are at hand, I'm praying that they get changed and we're able to do things differently. And that's not just for me. That's for all those that are dealing with being unvaccinated and getting fired from work on a day-to-day basis. It's not just about me. That's been my message this whole time. So though I feel your feeling and emotion asking that question, it's just like sometimes it feels a little disrespectful. Like I'm not just a basketball player, bro. I'm not. Millions of fans, I appreciate all of it, but it's not just about the game.
But you're one of the most famous unvaccinated people in the country. I mean,
That
that's
sounds
why there's so
crazy
much
to me.
interest. But that's the reality, though. You are one of the most famous people in the country, most high.
But I'm not the only one.
No, you're not. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why there's so much
Fame is socially created, bro. I'm not. I hear what you're saying, but I gotta go to Grady's question. Like being the most famous unvaccinated player, what does that even mean?
Well, in the short
I don't even know what
term,
that means in my
you
life.
can't play at home. I think that's why there's so much frustration.
I respect that, bro. I respect
We're
that.
gonna move on. Thanks.